told you, it's linked to me in your head. Why do you think they discredit in the first place? I'm telling you, I'm not your teacher. The creative spirit is. Let's see them discredit that. Especially once you learn this language, it will be undeniable. And once you fully start to connect to the spirit and work with it and learn to play that guitar, forget it. They're not going to discredit it. Demons may do that through people. They may use the neuro-linguistic programming that they use, but animals and nature and life, and if you're smart with your questions and ask the same question over a period of time and get many, many answers to see, you'll see. All right? You must look at what I'm doing here. I'm not taking the credit for any of this. Do you understand that? It's the creative spirit. I'm a happy student. I'm a patient man. I was fucked up in the head my whole life. I admit that. And it's correcting that every day. And it's a struggle, but I'm happy about that. Very. What I'm trying to tell you to do is seek the creative spirit. I'm not trying to formulate some group, some cult. I'm not asking you for money. I'm not telling you to become a portal for a demon. None of that. I'm telling you to seek the spirit. Where is the spirit? It is both inside of you and outside of you. Scalar reality. If you seek only outside of you, you will fail. If you seek only inside of you, you will fail. If you seek inside of you and correlate that to what's outside of you, you will succeed. If you do it in a loving manner. Because that which is truly inside of you, underneath your ego, that is you, is of love. Arguing and debating and trying to memorize facts and figures, it's not going to help. And that's why it's very important that I tell you these things. Why do you think I'm not pumping Alex Jones or telling you details about this and this and, oh, the Illuminati did this back in 1930? Now forget that, man. Why do you think I'm not talking about 9/11? I'm not going to tell you about 9/11. Nope. I will tell you, just like Leslie Nielsen throwing up all those baseballs, you must ask yourself. I'll tell you what. Do what I'm telling you to do. Connect to the creative spirit. Before you can do that, you're obviously going to need proof of its existence. Learning this and how to communicate with life is the best way I can lead you to that. All right? And then you go ahead and ask the squirrel in the backyard or the bird what is propaganda and what isn't. What do you need to focus on and what don't you need to focus on? You think God can't communicate with you? You think it won't be able to effectively put in your mind what you need to know and use life to do so? Love its other creations. It's time for you to learn from them. It's time for you to learn and become humble before the Spirit and all of its creations. Meaning, you're going to have to be able to become humble to a bunny rabbit, to a squirrel, to a deer, to a bird, and admit to them that you're insane. You may have a larger cerebral cortex, sure, but you must humble yourself before God's creations that are connected to God and thrive off of God's spirit and love. Humbling yourself before them is to humble yourself before God. Humbling is not getting down and bending over and taking it up the behind. It created you. Humbling means knowing. Knowing. Knowing what? You'll see. You'll see. Deep down you want something that knows all that you don't know. And it will always be honest with you. You won't have a problem taking direction from it. Because it's not an issue of having a problem with authority. This is an authority. This is that which creates everything, man. Without it, you would not be. And it created you so that you could have free will, your conscious experience. Like I told that girl tonight. I said, it's interesting. Because of my awakening and because of what I'm going through, I know why we've talked. I know the reasoning behind it. And she understood that too. I said, but you see, we also had a conscious conversation. We had an individual experience that happened at the same time. It's my choice if I want to focus on the conscious conversation or look and see the deeper meaning of how it's coordinated. I told you in The Healing Begins Now, you can see yourself as the floating finger if you want. You can see yourself as the right finger, the left finger, all at once. That's your choice. And that's why I use this learning to play guitar thing. At first, you're always going to be looking for it. And you have to be careful. Don't create a delusion over this, okay? But you'll find as you kind of come into the swing of things that you don't have to do that all day. You've got a right to live. You've got a right to go out and enjoy yourself. Yeah, the problem is that through media, you're going to see that it's all satanic. You're going to see that it's all to control your mind. So your ability to have fun by going to movies and all of these other things is going to be fundamentally limited. But interacting with people, socialization and activities and all these other things, that's part of life and expressing living. And the more active that you are, the stronger your spirit anyway. And you don't have to sit there and read into what everybody says all the time. First of all, you won't be trying to do that once you learn how. But you don't always have to be focusing on that. That's your choice. You know what I mean? I mean, how many questions can you have? There are crucial questions. But you need to learn to try to take control of your mind back. And be disciplined with it. And turn it on and off as you want. You can sit there and talk and have a normal conversation. Sure. You can look at it after and see what it was from a larger perspective also. I'll tell you, when you connect to the creative spirit, your life will become anything but boring. You'll have more interaction in the woods than you are used to having with all kinds of stimulus. Right now, when I say get off the TV, most people don't. They're kind of maybe believing that it might control your mind. Yeah, wait till the spirit lifts your veil. You'll see why I didn't bother telling anybody. Some things you just need to see, man. When your veil is lifted, magazines are going to look a little different to you. Now, I took baby steps with people, the subliminal messages. That is nowhere near the reality of it. But I'm not going to get into that. The majority of people are completely mind-controlled from the subconscious, from moment to moment. They don't even know it. They don't even perceive it. So, as you wake up and come out of the state where you were mind-controlled, it will be, rough waters for a while. Expect that. But you must build your house on the rock, not the sand. That rock is the creative, loving spirit of everything, the essence of life. Love is life. A lot of you will actually be scared of normality. That you're actually part of the spirit. Oh, this is traumatic. I think it's funny because I laugh at myself. I mean, I keep thinking of that William Shatner scene in Amazon Women from the Moon. They're all beeping and flashing. I mean, because if you really open up to it, everywhere you look, people are giving you subconscious responses to your thoughts. And I can see certain people going through that and just like, but that's when you try to recalibrate. And I'd say pray to God, but that's not the way to say it. Most people don't know what prayer is. You don't have to mouth words, man. You just have to focus on why you love. Now, the biggest block to God is guilt and shame. That is the huge one. You're in a situation where they've got